Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition and Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan invites you to join us live on the Street 919 FM every second and fourth Friday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp the numbers 398-8282 or our office numbers 241-7568 and 310-8671. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our responsibility.
Good morning to all those who are locked on to the Street 919 FM. Welcome once again to Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition with Empress Judy and Associates. We are located at 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria, in this beautiful, beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, located in the heart of the tropical Caribbean. So wherever you are this morning and you are locked on to the number one station in our nation, the Street 919 FM, thank you for joining me, Empress Judy, your host of Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition. And for this, we always give thanks to the Creator of life and all living things for sustaining us with good health, keeping us alive. Yes, we are all alive. We are in the land of the living. Once you are hearing my voice, for that you must give thanks. That's the beginning of your day, being alive. And we must give thanks. And we pray that we have a wonderful day and a pleasant week ahead. So wherever you are this morning, thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule, joining me on the Street 919 FM, listening to information and education that can save your life or that of a loved one. Princess isn't here this morning with us. She's at Nature's Touch. You can call the numbers, which I will give out, and you'll be able to book an appointment early as tomorrow. God spare life. We also have a special on this afternoon with the colon cleanse. Many times persons live their life and have not cleansed the body system for many years. And as I said to someone yesterday, speaking to that person, when you fail to cleanse the body system, that's the genesis of your problem. The beginning of your problem. When you keep all the toxic waste in the body and mind them like babies, they will eventually come against you in some form or the other with a name given to a disease or illness. Your gut health is important to remove. When you remove toxic waste, which is garbage, from your body system, it enables you to function at your optimum level as you have been designed to. When you keep these things in your body system, which is poison, which does not go well with good health, then you are in for a long haul of being always sick, and eventually you will pass away untimely. And that is what is called untimely death, when you fail miserably to take care of your health. Good morning to all my clients wherever they are. And before I forget, I want to send out condolences to one of my dear clients who lost his wife. His wife wasn't a client of Nature's Touch. She comes in from time to time whenever you could bring her along. She had Alzheimer's disease for a while. And, it was hard to get her to function. I was the only person when she comes to Nature's Touch could have gotten her to move around and listen to instruction. I give thanks for the ability to be able to communicate with her. So he didn't used to bring out too often because the brain was not intact. But as we grow older, and again, because sometimes we didn't know what we need to do when we were younger to keep blood circulation. That's what we're going to speak about this morning, the blood flow. So I want to send out condolences to Mr. Adams, who is one of my dear, long-standing clients. He's also related to the folks out there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines Union Island, the Adams out there, who I oftentimes fondly speak of, the Adams and the Ackies, the Hodgkinsons, the Wilsons family out there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Union Island. Mr. Adams is the son of the soil, and his wife passed away. She was buried a few days ago. And we give thanks for her life, and he took very good care of her during her time of illness. And now she is gone, so may her soul rest in peace, and may the loved ones, Mr. Adams and his children, and all other relatives and friends be comforted that she's with the Lord. So that we give thanks. And to all other folks who I may not know, who may have lost a loved one, we want to say condolences to you, and our hearts are with you. Those folks who are celebrating birthdays and Earth Strong, good morning to you. We do not know everyone, but whoever you may be and you're listening, or you have a loved one celebrating, tell them we say that one of the good ways to celebrate the Earth Strong is to come on down to Nature's Touch. Nature's Touch is located at 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. You know, before we get into blood circulation, this is a very, very important topic. Every subject area is very important, but you see, blood is life. Christians know the importance. Jesus shed his blood. We celebrated Good Friday and Glorious Saturday and Easter Sunday, with all about Jesus shedding his blood for mankind. So we know the importance, how powerful blood is, and so is yours. But when your blood isn't circulating well, you are in for a storm of bad health. Disease and illness will take over you. Cancers and hypertension and all these diseases, swollen feet, edema, you name it, will occur. Why? Because your blood isn't circulating well, and blood is life. And if there's no blood in a body part, eventually that part will die. We at Nature's Touch has hope for you, as we have hope for thousands of people who have came our way over the years from near and far all over the globe. We have been able to get persons to come on down to Nature's Touch. Yesterday was one of my neighbors passed by, a young gentleman. He said, Empress, and another person was looking. Sometimes when we are by the shop and hanging out there, good morning to the folks at 7th Avenue, all the guys at both the shops, in the village shops. He said, sometimes we see people pass by limping, and if it's swollen, we can observe that. And then we will see them pass back out, walking, and we say, wow, what Empress doing there? What we are doing is the work of God, because God said in his words that the herbs of the land was created for the healing of the nations. And then we have our natural way, the way of using our hands, doing our spas therapy, the feet spa therapy, which I'll tell you about. Those of you who have been suffering, those of you who have strokes, those of you who have injury to your foot, those of you who have a swollen feet, painful feet, and you don't know what is happening with any body part. But we're speaking about, a lot of times circulation affects the feet. Yes, you see, it's very prominent when you see people walk by. And I oftentimes feel really, really sad to see people moving around. I said, these people have not heard about Nature's Touch. Most time people tend to look and address the outside, the external part of the body, and they leave the internal part suffering. And that's where the blood is unable to service the body. And blood is not just something that is running through your veins. There's a systematic way how blood operates. And blood needs nutrients to take to your body parts. And when your body parts is not getting, it's like you have a tree, no water, no fertilizer, no manure, it will die eventually. It's the same thing that happens to the human body. When we allow our body to suffer and we do not take care of it timely, we pay the ultimate price. Some people lose their limbs, especially the feet. They become amputated. Why? Because they did not take care of the feet. And all they talk about, my father had it, my grandmother had it. And I had to tell that to someone a few days ago as well. I said, listen to me. There's no God, no creator, who will bless your entire family with diabetes, all right? What you all have is unhealthy or bad lifestyle practices as a family. You will not see it as is until it is brought to your attention, until the education is given to you. Then you'll be able to say, oh, I now realize what we have been doing is wrong. There are family members who like to eat a lot of flour, white flour that is. They will hardly buy whole wheat or the ones with the nuts and the other things. I don't like that. I know quite a number of people who do that. And they're not recognizing that the flour, the raw flour, the gluten in the flour, it causes constipation. Because you know why? You do not even consume enough water. You say, do you drink? Yeah, I drink water. They tell you that. Quickly to answer. But how much? If you are consuming flour, you need to use a lot of water to moisten the fecal matter, because that is where you will end up having issues when you want to pass out the food. And I often have to bring the realization to people. I say, do you remember when we were children, we used to make kites, and what we used to use? Flour. Imagine flour going up in the sky for days. You have a kite flying because you stuck flour paste with the coconut flakes, and you had that kite flying in the sky, and it's up there in the wind, in the heavy breeze, and it would not tear out. Your kite might get away, but it do not tear up. The thread may burst, but not the paste. You know why? Because flour holds on. And it's the same thing that happens to your body. When you consume white flour, you may like it, but it does not like you. So you have to like or love what loves you. It's plain and factual. So stop liking things because you feel that is what you like, but it doesn't like you. It doesn't leave anything good on you more than constipation. And constipation is not just constipation. You are in pain and you are in discomfort. You cry. You can't even, when you go to the washroom, you can't go off. Why? Because you are not able to pass out the impacted fecal matter because you did not treat your body well. And it stays in there because there's no way it can come out just like that. So I want you all to understand life processes. So sometimes you may like things because your mother gave it to you, or your grandmother would have done it several years and your mother take up the habit, and then you have it now and you are suffering even more. Are you going to continue having these issues in your family, or are you going to make that healthy lifestyle change, turn around the circumstances for good? So that is why we continue to take disease and illness, issues in our family, and say, well, my mother have it. And I had to say to that person, I said, this is not like what we call a cross eye or a bow leg. You know, there are certain features family has. And you can say, look how his toe is like his grandfather's. That is family traits. That is genetic factors. Not disease and illness. And even though a child may be born with some sort of heart disease, it's because the mother and the father did not prepare the body well, and the child born with the discomfort of not having a proper heart working. It all depends on this. You are the fruit. And if your tree is not healthy, your fruit will not be well. It will bear what is called false. I remember when we were small, we used to see mangoes used to fall off before. We couldn't eat it because we call it false mango. Because something went wrong with the production. And then we have coconuts and all this stuff. I just drawing some illustration that you could be able to understand. It's the same way the body operates. I remember years ago, I used to see my family would have gone in the countryside. Good morning to the folks out there on the Maruga Road, New Grant, Indian Walk, Madingo Road, 5th Company, 6th Company, Tableland, all the places surrounding areas. Good morning to all of you out there. And I remember that I used to see that they would have gone into the coconut tree and they would have put a socks with salt in the heart of the coconut tree when they recognized that the coconut was not bearing good coconuts. They would have fallen off before the time, or the coconuts that you know were big would have been small. They have to go up and trim the vines from it. It's the same way you have to take care of your body system, maintenance of good health. So when you fail miserably to do these things, you will pay the ultimate price with your health and end up with a disease or illness. And you will tell people, well, my mother had it too. My father had it too. He was just so. Not recognizing that what you all have been practicing in your generation is unhealthy lifestyle practices. This morning I want to speak a bit about poor blood circulation. And I want you to understand what it is, because a lot of times we We hear about a lot of things, but we don't understand what it is, and we suffer. When you hear this word, I want you to call the number. Send a message to my cell phone. I have it here with me. I will not be able to take the call now. But what I want you to do is send a message via WhatsApp, or after the program, you can call and say, Empress, I listened to the program, and I would like to come in tomorrow, please God. Stop putting off your health for next week and the following months, and you just keep doing it. Once you start putting off, there'll always be something in your way to keep you just going, and never able to take care of your health, and eventually you die. One of my clients yesterday told me that he had been telling a gentleman who have had some issues with prostate health issues. And he said to him, boy, go to Empress. He gave him the number. Sometimes he would have called and said, Empress, did he call? He was so concerned about that person, And he told me that he met the person's wife yesterday, and he said that he passed away. We pay with our life because we fail to listen to good things. You have been told by somebody who have been there. You question it. You see the person in living color. They are functioning well, but you fail miserably because you always want to do your own thing. That is why the Bible states that man prefer to follow traditions of men rather than the word of God. When you come to Nature's Church, we follow the instructions of the manual of creation, where the herbs of the land was created for you by your creator, who you call God. I did not create or invent any, I could invent something from it, but I cannot create anything because I'm not the creator of life and all living things, and so you are not. And if you follow in the word and you believe in your God, you profess to believe in your God, but when somebody come and say, listen, go to that place, they do natural, 100% natural herbal health, and you fail, you will die and leave your family. The lady have no husband today because he did not come. If he had come, he would have lived longer. He would not live forever, but he would have lived for more years because he would have gotten his issue addressed, his prostate health addressed. At Nature's Church, we deal with every manner of disease and illness, and you can live with the assurance that you will be on the way to good and excellent health when you come on down to Nature's Church. The numbers to call to book an appointment tomorrow, and we also have a special on the colon cleanse today. You can call us and get that first start to cleanse the body system. Those of you who are constipated, those of you who have never done a cleanse, those of you who's having a lot of rashes on the body system, ulcers on the skin, and you don't know what is happening, you need to address your internal setting of your body in order that you get rid of those things that you are having on the skin, or you're feeling your stomach, feeling what you say, frothy. You have ulcerated stomach and all these things, and you just keep taking things just to pacify it for a day or two, but it comes back to you because you have not been addressing the root cause of the problem. What you have been doing is just as I call it, you're pacifying it, but you are not getting rid of it. And in the Bible states that the herbs of the land was created for the healing, not to pacify, but to heal you from a disease and illness. Those numbers to call. We have a landline, which is our office number. That number is 241-7568. That's 241-7568, and the mobile number, which is the phone that I have here, you can send a message. Hi, Empress, I listened to your program. I would like to come on down today to get a bottle of the colon cleanse to start my process. Those are people who have already come already, and you haven't done it for a while. Because if you never came, it's good to go on our body analysis machine and have yourself seen. You can do that tomorrow, God's willing, at Nature's Touch. We are open from 7 a.m. That number to call or send a WhatsApp number, 398-8282. 398-8282. Don't mix up the numbers. A lot of time people say, Empress, I've been calling you. And when I look, they mix up the 82 and they put what they want. It is not 2828. It's 8282. 398 398 82 repeated 82. Simple. Don't put what you want, put what you heard. 398-8282. Call us, book that space for tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. Quite a number of times persons are out, working all week, Monday to Friday, and they are home on Saturday. You can come and take care of your health. There are persons who even work on a Saturday, because that's how their work carries them. Take a little time off from your busy schedule and come and take care of your health. Because let me tell you something. When you fail miserably to take care of your health, you will pay the ultimate price with your life. And when you end up in the hospital bed, the work will continue. They will replace you with one of your co-workers or get somebody new to sit in your desk, to do the job that you have been doing, whatever has been your job. You are only good while you are well and you are there. But the moment you get sick, you will be easily replaced. Whether it's permanently or temporarily, you will be replaced because the work has to go on, with or without you. So if you want to be there to function at your optimum level in your job or whatever you do in your life, you must take care of your health. Many times persons will put up all sort of things. I have to take up my daughter. I have to go and take up my son. I have to do this. I can't come. They tell you all sort of excuses, not realizing that the person who is taking up the son or daughter or the wife or the husband or the mother or the father, if that person isn't well, they cannot function. If you are not feeling well, you are not able to function. You have to either find a way to get well or lie down in your bed until you feel better. But you cannot continue to do the things you do and you are not feeling well. So in order that you take care of your loved ones, you have to be well enough to do it, else it would not be done. Remember, you are listening to Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition with Empress Judy and Associates. We are located at 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. At this time, I'm going to bring you some information. It's 10:25. We'll be out of here. I'll be out of here at 10:55. Okay, so we have some time. So I'm going to read a bit about poor blood circulation. Listen well. You may know somebody or even yourself who have been suffering and you don't know where to go and you don't know what to do. You have been using several different types of things. They have not worked the way you would like to see your body function. Call us at Nature's Touch and we can promise you that you will be on the way to good and excellent health. Let's look at poor circulation. Plaque built up, blood clots or narrowed blood vessels can lead to poor circulation. When obstacles or narrow paths slow down blood flow, it's difficult for your body to send blood to every part of your body in an efficient way. What is poor circulation? Poor circulation happens when something interferes with your complex, far-reaching circulatory system that delivers blood, oxygen, and nutrients to your entire body. When your heart, veins, arteries, capillaries, and other blood vessels are healthy, they can give your cells everything they need in an efficient way. It's a continuous cycle of bringing oxygen and other necessities to your cells and taking away waste from your cells. People, you are listening. I want you all to understand how important blood flow is. Stop taking it for granted that they're saying, well, they say they suffer from poor blood circulation. How long you have been hearing that? How long you have been taking a supplement or a medication and it's not working? I urge you to take up your phone, send a message on the WhatsApp or call after the program or call now at the landline 241-7568 or 398-8282, which is a WhatsApp number, and it also has straight call. The 241-7568, you can only call, there's no WhatsApp on that line. The one that has WhatsApp is a 398-8282 number. You can call that number or send a message and say, Empress, I listened to the program. My mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my niece, my neighbor, my friend, myself has been suffering with this thing. And we'd like to be there tomorrow, God's willing, to take care of the situation. You'll be placed on our body analysis machine to see exactly what's taking place with the internal and the external setting of the body. You will see and we will see that we will that's going to tell you something. You will be able, and there has never been a time when we point out something to somebody. They will either say, yes, I went to my doctor and he did say so, she did say so. And then they'll say, look at this area here in the calves. There's a lot of clots there. Yes, Empress, I get a lot of cramps. I got a lot of tingling in my hands and my feet at night especially. Or sometimes when I'm moving around, I have to stop and clutch my foot. At Nature's Touch, we have the full body scan, which we'll do for you first. Then you will move on to the Empress Exotic, amazing, beautiful feet spa therapy, followed by the most amazing, soothing feet or hand massage. Now, sometimes people have issues with their fingers, where they have cramping, and they feel needles running through their fingers, and it's really discomforting to feel. You cannot continue to feel this way and just feel every day it will just pass away. That's not the way you have been designed to function, in pain all the time. When you come to Nature's Touch, you have issues. After we see what's the problem, you can get either your feet or both your feet and hands done according to if you are having issues with your fingers. And if you are not having issues, you could request it as well, because you don't have to wait to become sick to have the issues. Then we'll give you the supplements to cleanse the body system, to detoxify the body system, to get blood flow again circulated, and that's what you need. Because if, as you heard in the reading here, when the body is deprived of these things, what happens is not just you having pain or discomfort. When you are not able to get the far-reaching circulatory system that delivers, listen to the word, that delivers blood, oxygen, and nutrients to your entire body. So when you are saying that you are not seeing well, Empress, are not seeing, my eye feeling fuzzy and my head is dizzy, it's because you are not getting sufficient blood flow in your body system. And sometimes when these things happen, people have seizures. People just faint away on their loved ones. And that's another problem. A lot of time people don't know about first aid. I urge family members listening, send somebody in your family or yourself to learn a bit about first aid. You have the internet. If you don't want to go to you could go to a class to see how things are done. We have many places that gives first aid courses. You need to understand, because when you stand and take your phone and you dial the number and you call for the ambulance, and the ambulance is not magical, they will be somewhere about, and they have to come to you. They can't come the same minute you call them. They'll have to take time to reach there. And by the time they come in, what you are doing is quarreling, and some people curse and quarrel about the ambulance driver, and meanwhile their loved one is dying on the ground. About 2 weeks ago, I was out at 6th Avenue in Barrett area. I just left over from the grocery and coming over onto the other side, heading to the Quasi. As I came over, I heard voices and I saw a commotion. And when I looked, I saw a lady who was fainting, and they begging her, hold up, don't fall down, and they're holding her, men and women. And I hurried over and I said, what's happening with her? And then I saw the lady, somebody I knew. And I said, okay, I know about her. I said, she is diabetic, and possibility exists she may not have eaten for the morning. And not only that one morning, many times people get up in the morning and you don't eat all day. And we function because we try to get $1 or try to get the work done in the home. And we deprive our body systems of food. Not most of them you don't have food, but sometimes we don't eat the food, or we don't eat enough to take this body for it to function properly. And if you continuously suffer the body, eventually it's going to fail you. So they were rushing and saying, let's get some water for her. And I said, no. I said, what she has gone into a hypoglycemic state, where her sugar level has dropped. She needs to get something sweet. I said, put her on the chair and let's get her head, hold her head back and get her to drink, because you can't have somebody fainting, lying on the ground and giving them water. They will aspirate. So you have to know what it's doing. If somebody is having a seizure, you can't put things in their mouth. If somebody has fainted, you can then put them in a sitting position, like they'll be up so they would not aspirate. And then what happened? Under the tongue, there is tiny blood vessels. And quickly, when you have something sweet to drink, it restores your blood sugar level. And now for now, you will see the person's eye flutter, and they will catch themselves. And when I did that for her, within a minute or two, she was up again. And she was able to recognize what happened to her. I got a car and I took her back home because I know where she lives and everything. And I spoke with her. I saw her again. She was on her way to do some business. I saw her a few days ago. She had a company with her. One of her friends was accompanying her now. And I said, remember to have a proper breakfast, a balanced meal. Do not deprive the body system of eating properly, because when we do that, we think it's okay until something happens to us. So I'm urging family members, learn about first aid, understand what you do and what you don't do. But in order to do it, you must understand, you have to learn it first and practice it. You can't just hold your head and bowl and quarrel, hoping that the ambulance driver will come when you call him instantly. It don't happen like that. All right? You, meanwhile, do your part until the professionals arrive. That's just a bit I want to say to you. So, again, we are speaking today about poor blood circulation. And again, it says that the problem happens when something goes wrong with some part of the delivery system, or the valves that control which direction your blood goes, like a delivery driver who runs into problems and delays along his route. Blood can hit detours and roadblocks along the way. I'd like to read that again to you, because this is what happened with poor blood circulation. Problems happen when something goes wrong with some part of the delivery system, or the valves that control the direction your blood goes, like a delivery driver who runs into problems and delays along his route. Blood can hit detours and roadblocks along the way. Good morning to all the folks who are locked on via the live stream on the Street 919 FM Facebook page and also the YouTube page. Good morning to you all. Good morning to Miss June Webb out there, who took time out from a busy schedule out in the UK. To my sisters, to my friends, all of them who take time out and send their love. Donna, Sherry, Arlene, everyone else, all those folks who take time out to send their greetings via the Facebook page and the YouTube channel where they view the program from. Thank you all so much for taking time out from your busy schedule and connecting with us via the Street 919 FM. I want you not only to connect, but I want you to share the good news of good health. Too many times people suffer because they don't have the information. This morning before I continue, I got a message very early on my phone for some folks from way out in Mondiablo, a young lady, if only call her Mel. And 2 years ago, she said, today is 2 years ago when I met you. Her father was, he had an incident where he damaged his stomach. And he was suffering really bad. And somebody recommended Nature's Touch, and they came. The gentleman died a few weeks after, because why? He came too late. And she said that was the best few weeks he have ever gotten during the time when he was sick. And this morning she said, thank you so much. And she said, with a broken heart, I wish if I had known you before. She sent that message. I saw that message this morning when I went on my WhatsApp. I saw the young lady send that. She said, today is 2 years. So she should have brought him a Thursday. That 2 years ago. I remember well. And the gentleman passed. But she said it was the best, most comfortable time he had before he passed away. Months he spent being sick. And I was so happy to know that even though he didn't live because of the time frame. That's why I tell you all, stop putting off your health. Sometimes people don't know. And those of you who know, Spread the good news to somebody out there. People need to know that there's a place they can come and healing can begin. But you can't wait until it's too late. If it's too late, you're too late. If you miss the plane, you miss the plane, you know. The plane is already gone. The flight is already left the airspace, the airport, and it's already out there. But if you come on time, you'll be able to get yourself sorted out. Stop taking your life for granted. Stop putting off your health and saying tomorrow, next week. You don't know if you will be here because of what is happening with you. So you have to take it and run with it. Come on down to Nature's Touch. Call us at the numbers after the program. Too many times people say, Empress, you know how long I listening to you? My greatest regret is not coming before. Stop having regrets. Be able to say, I heard the program. I recognize how important my health is, how important I am. You are not understanding that you are that person after your creator is you. Without you being here, you will only be a memory, you know, a fleeting memory. People remember you from time to time about the things you would have said or do, but you are no longer. You did not live your life, your long life, healthy life. And the Bible states that because of things that happened with mankind, you were given 70, which is 70 years. And if by reason of strength you continue, meaning how you take care of your health. We have persons dying long ago. When I was a child, when you heard somebody die, it would have been the very old man or lady down the street. Now when you heard somebody die, you have to ask, who? Children are being born with... I remember once when I was working at the hospital, I worked at the pediatric department that night because I usually work at the adult section, but you can go to work any area, and they needed me to go to the pediatric department that night. It was a Friday night. And I went over to work in one of the pediatric department ward. And I met a mother and a tiny baby in a room. And the lady said to me she had not been able to go home since she had the baby, because the baby was born with a heart defect. So she just had this baby and have to sit on a chair, not lie down in a bed, you know. Because remember, when you have children, you have to nurse them. That is because her body was not prepared properly. When you have issues, this is what happened. And that baby just came into the world. The baby was 7 days old. I remember that baby. Never got to go home and lie down in his little cradle or his crib. He had to stay in the hospital until they get him regulated. I do hope, it was a few years well, that that child survived and he is healthy. He was a boy. Because this is what happens. You must prepare your body properly. You cannot just do things and then somebody else pay the ultimate price because you fail to take care of your health. When you're not getting proper blood circulation, it damages heart valves and blood vessels and arteries. It's not just poor circulation, full stop. You have aneurysm, bleeding on the brain. Most time, people die because the brain got that clot and the blood cannot flow, and you have that damage. So sometimes you end up with strokes and all these things. And you take it for granted, and then your movement and your function becomes impeded. And you suffer tremendously because you did not take time out to take care of your health. So, let's continue. Obstacles in your blood vessel make it hard for blood to get through, especially when trying to reach the parts of your body that are the longest distance away from your heart, your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet. The biggest problem with poor circulation is that your cells aren't getting as much oxygen as they need. When cells don't have oxygen they need, they can't function well, and you pay the price with different manner of disease and illness. How does poor circulation affect your body? You may feel pain, numbness, tingling, or cold in the parts of your body that have bad circulation. Often, poor circulation symptom affects your legs, hands, fingers, feet, toes, your heart, your brain, your eyes. A lot of body parts have issues because if every part of you needs blood flow, because in that blood you have nutrients being disseminated to that part to keep it alive. If you understand what happens, you will do the right thing, people. This is why we are here from Nature's Touch every Friday at 10:05 to 10:55, bringing you healthy information and education all about what you can do and where you can come to take care of your health. When you have an eye problem, you rush off and think it's the glasses you need. Yes, the glasses helps. But you know what? There are people who can't even see without their glasses. I use a reading glasses for fine prints because over the years you have been reading, and as you grow older, these things will happen. So you need the assistance of the glasses to see better, the prints better. But I could see from wherever, from far. There are people who cannot even walk properly without a glasses. They will fall, they will stumble because they are not getting proper blood flow to give vision, because the blood isn't able to have the nutrients and oxygen required for the eyes to function. And that is where your problem lies, and you're not understanding it. You can't remember because your brain has become fog. Your brain cannot function, it's fuzzy. It feels like if there's, people say, I feel like if there's things walking in their head. I met a lady recently who told me she fell many years ago and hit another a lash in the head, and it keeps bothering her. And I did a bit of therapy with it and got that clot to remove the blood flow. Once you have that issue pending, you will have problems in your life. There are people who lose their life from aneurysm, bleeding. There are persons who have issues with the aorta. Again, there's probably blood pools that cannot move. It will burst with the steering of the aorta, where it strips down, dissection, the proper terminology of the aorta. Many years ago, I met a lady from Tobago. And I remember that day, it was a Thursday. And it was a Wednesday because I came back the Thursday. The Wednesday, I woke a long day at the hospital. And I heard the ambulance and I said, most of when you hear the ambulance, it's either somebody coming from offshore or somebody coming from Tobago. And I heard when we heard not the ambulance, the helicopter bringing that person in to the hospital. And that person ended up on the ward. It was a lady. She was age 48. I never forgot her. Nice lady from Tobago. She told me she was a cosmetologist. She was a cosmetologist. And she told me she went and took up her son, her grandson, her daughter's son from preschool. She was driving her car and she suddenly felt that pain in her chest that she couldn't continue. And she just turned off the ignition and she took out the child of the car and she laid on the grass with the child, and passers-by saw her and they stopped. And they took her to the hospital and then they brought her to Trinidad. And what she was diagnosed with, dissection of the aorta. Dissection, it was something is steering. And I spoke with her and I wish her well because I know what that was. It's because the heart, the blood flow, it couldn't go no more. There's no way it was going. Poor blood circulation. And it exploded and started tearing the aorta, which is the largest artery connected with the heart. At the mouth of the heart, this artery is there where blood comes out, in and out, in and out. And if it becomes corroded with debris from your blood flow and you don't clean your blood, that's why we speak about filtering the blood, cleaning the blood, keeping your body clean. It's not a joke. Because when the blood becomes thick and it pools in those areas and it cannot function the way it has been designed to, you will end up with an issue. And the lady told me the story. She was able to speak to me. And I left her there at the end of the shift and I went home. And when I came back the next day for the 12 to 1, the 12 to 7 shift, or the 12 to 8 shift it was. 12 midday to 8 p.m. the night. I saw doctors and nurses around her bed, her screen pull, and they were trying to help her, but it didn't stop the aorta, just keep tearing. And before the end of the shift, I was the one who put her in a bag and tagged her. She died. Somebody who was full of life. But you know what happened? That didn't happen just like that. She ignored the calls, like what I'm saying right now to you, people out there. Take time out from your busy schedule and take care of your health. Don't wait until it becomes a danger to you that you have to wonder if you're going to live or you're going to die because you fail miserably to take time out from your very busy schedule to take care of your health. You failed. You were too busy doing all the things in life except ensuring that you, that one individual, no one else like you, is able to stay alive, to stay in existence. When you fail your body, it will fail you eventually. But you pay the price with pain and discomfort, and your loved ones suffer when you die or when you are sick. You have to run up and down the hospital. It's very tiring to take care of a sick person, you know, because when you leave them alone, they grieve. Nobody came to see me today, they will say. Or nobody came in yesterday. Because everybody has something to do. So what you do, you take care of yourself and avoid that problem. And then when you go to the hospital as well, so many sick people, again, because you allow yourselves to end up being thousands of you crowd the hospital corridors. You rush out because you wait until your body can't take it no more. When you have done what needs to do, maintenance of good health. Like what we were taught as children by my grandparents and parents and loved ones in the countryside. I give thanks always for having two sides of family, both mom and dad family, practicing the natural way of taking care of the body system. And it works for us even today, that we can come now and do it and have you all enjoy the best health. Good morning to the folks out there in South Our Approach, Mr. and Mrs. South Our Approach. Good morning to you folks out there who always tell somebody about Nature's Touch. To all my other clients, wherever you are, good morning to Jill and Auntie Beryl at Jill's Kitchen out there in Macoya Gardens. Well, they live in Macoya on the main road, the end. Out there in Macoya, good morning to Jill and Auntie Beryl out there. Haven't seen you folks in a little while, but I always, we connect on the WhatsApp. Take time out from your busy schedule and take care of your health. Persons out there, wherever you are, wherever part of the world you are, and you're hearing my voice, nowhere is too far to connect with us and take care of your health. I have a lady who called this morning. She's out in the U.S. for a few weeks, and she has a daughter who is at home. The person came and she said to me, Empress, a supplement is done. Can you get some to her? And she could have said, I was abroad. I was away. And all the excuses, but she didn't do that. She called and said, I would like her to continue because she told me some of the supplements was finished. This is what we need to do. Wherever you are, nowhere is too far to connect, to ensure that you continue to live a healthy life. Remember, if you call us at the numbers 398-8282, you have been a client, you came already, and you know you want to take a cleanse. We have a special on the colon cleanse. You can call today from maybe like from 1 until about 4 p.m. this afternoon, and you can get a special on the colon cleanse to clean the body system. Not just the colon, it cleans the stomach lining and other digestive health areas. Just name colon cleanse. And it cleans the colon, which is that end part where the feces stays on the wall and you end up with all sorts of disease and illness because you fail to take care of your health. Your gut health is important. Stop eating and drinking and not cleaning. It's like having garbage in your kitchen from your use of your foods and you just keep storing it there. Eventually, worms and flies and cockroaches and rats will enter and the vultures will fly overhead and the manacles will try to come in because you have created an environment for disease and illness. It's the same way when you don't cleanse your body system and you keep all those toxic waste embedded, you end up with diabetes, hypertension, kidney failure, liver disease, cancers of all many kinds, problems with your stomach, ulcer stomach, acid reflux. You have sores on the skin, eczemas on the body system, and your liver, you suffer from liver damage and all sorts of things. Why? Because you fail miserably to empty your garbage bin. Call us at the numbers 398-8282 or our office number at 241-7568 and ensure that you and your loved ones are on the way to good and excellent health. I have a few seconds remaining in the program. I'm out of here. I look forward for those calls. Fill our space. We are open from 7 a.m. tomorrow, God's willing, and our last appointment is booked at 11:30, and we close promptly around 1:30. Wherever you are, you haven't been around for a while, you know you are feeling your body, you are feeling the pain, you are feeling the discomfort, you are experiencing what I just spoke about. Come on down to Nature's Touch. Take care of your health. Good morning to Amira out there in Tobago and her mom and all her loved ones at school, everyone out there on the Sister Isle. I'm Empress Judy, your host of Nature's Touch. I'll be out of here in a few seconds. Do have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye. Take care until love to you. Bye-bye.
Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition and Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan invites you to join us live on the Street 919 FM every second and fourth Friday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp the numbers 398-8282 or our office numbers 241-7568 and 310-8671. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our responsibility.
This is Rep Your District, brought to you by District TT Media, a soul-stirring television series celebrating the heartbeat of Trinidad.